Welcome back, folks, so let's play Command & Conquer, the GDI campaign. When last we left off, we had this area here where we could build quite a nice base, but over here is a far, far better location. And why is it better? Quite simply because there is a lot more Tiberium over in this area of the map. And it also is a slightly easier to defend position, because we don't have the, we have some area beneath us that we can build structures in once the Tiberium is gone. What is very important right now is that we make sure that we don't put any of our units too far up here on the map, because up there is the, well, you saw it right there, the Nod Harvester, or at least one of them. And we need to be very, very careful that we don't do anything silly, like get the Harvester attacked by one of our units. Because if the Harvester attacks, or rather is attacked by one of our units, we will pretty much die absolutely horribly. And I mean absolutely horribly. Also, it's very important in this mission, I think, to have a second Harvester lined up as soon as we possibly can. Also, I think it's very important that we have that piece of Tiberium there, and I think that piece too. There are a lot of flame troopers coming our way. Unfortunately, we can deal with all of them. And with that built there, we can start building a barracks and begin building other things that we really, really need. Like, for instance, we could build a communication center right here. We're doing okay with all of our units right now, which is why I'm going to save, because this mission is quite precarious. We don't actually need to destroy any of the base at all that Nod have. I wonder why that Harvester is getting so stuck. Either way, we need to make sure that all of this Tiberium is eaten next, because this Tiberium is what we're going to, well, we're going to use that space to put our communications tower. Once we have, there we go, once we destroyed that tank there. They are building a lot of things there that we need to be very careful about, and we have that tank that's about to get into some serious trouble. I think a repair facility is going to be a very good idea now, because we already are starting to get some damage on these units, and saving money by not building new units is a pretty good idea. Also, I think an advanced guard tower would be a really good plan in this level. A really good plan. Probably one about there might be really good, although if we put one there, there is a risk that it may accidentally attack the enemy Harvester. The reason why I built an advanced power plant there is because it's a really good idea to do so very, very early on. Also, we could just build a communication center right now and gain access to the ion cannon almost immediately. The ion cannon is a really good investment, because the ion cannon can obliterate things completely. Also, we need to see the location of more Tiberium, like this Tiberium right here. The advanced communication tower does cost a lot of power to run, but it's certainly worth it. Also, there are some rocket troopers, and that poor minigunner is about to die absolutely horribly, but not before taking one of them with him. That's not too bad. We could send another unit there to go and deal with that. Alright, what else do we need fixing up? That's fine, that's fine. That could do with a bit of repairing. There we go, another one's been dealt with. And you've been dealt with, and we need to be very careful that we don't attack the, there we go, that we didn't attack that, and we'll just build this here. Yep, that's kind of a problem. The problem that we need more power for the ion cannon, because that is a ridiculous amount of power consumption. A ridiculous amount. We also need to start building some Orcas as soon as we can. However, that's why we put that there, so we could do that. Alright, let's build our, we could build a guard tower. It seems like a decent idea, especially if we put one about here. We do need to be... Ah, there's an attack coming right there. And it's a good thing that we fixed everything up, isn't it? There we go. We'll deal with all this, and then we'll deal with the... There we go. We did lose our Humvee, unfortunately. And I think that there will do just fine. I think now it's time to start building some helipads so we can begin attacking their Harvester without any problems. So we have one Orca right here, and that is how effective the advanced guard tower is. It is absolutely ridiculous when it comes to destroying the infantry units of Nod. It's just absurd. Alright, That's one down for the Orcas. Let's get a second one, shall we? And then a third, and then a sixth. Why not? Also, where are you going? That was a really questionable route that you just took there, and it turned out to get you absolutely killed. You, however, are attacking that repair facility, which is something that is not so bad at all, because if you're attacking the repair facility, that means you're not attacking any of my units. Alright, so that's another one dealt with, and I think we're going to have Orca number 3 very, very quickly, but not Orca number 6. We need 6 of these as soon as we can get them. Also, we need to repair that at some point. We'll probably do that in just a moment. I think I'm going to do that there, just to save on a little bit of space and get that repairing. We could have a second advanced guard tower, but that is a little dangerous. Also, the ion cannon is a little slower to charge than any of the other things that we have, and we'll just let that happily go and take some Tiberium over there. That's not so bad at all. Alright, we could send you to do some exploring, but that's probably a really, really bad idea. Also, we need a war factory, a weapons factory. I don't know why I called it a war factory there. Probably because it makes vehicles of war, but I completely forgot that I didn't have it. The guard tower is really, really durable, and as you can see, we don't have any problems with vehicles right now coming at us.
Ion cannon ready.
The ion cannon is indeed ready, but we do not yet have a target, so we're just going to hold off on that. There is no reason to just fire the ion cannon flippantly. It does take a long time to charge. Alright, where do we want to put this? I think we want to put this over here. Seems like a good idea. A really good idea. And now we'll start building another helipad. And we accidentally moved that Orca there. That was a silly idea. Also, just look at the devastation that that guard tower can wreak upon those units there. It's absolutely absurd. The 2 harvesters here really have helped us out. It allows us to basically do a lot when it comes to keeping everything in tip-top condition and providing a distraction so that this Mammoth tank here can absolutely obliterate everything. Also, as a random point, we can now actually build Mammoth tanks, although they cost a lot of money. A lot of money indeed. We'll be building them soon enough once we've crippled their income generation. I do think, however, that we need to be very, very careful because I think they have more than one harvester on this level. And so it's going to be a little bit difficult to deal with everything that they have. But hey, 6 of these Orcas is going to be a good thing indeed. We could send you up and see if we can find the Nod base, or rather the first part of it. Because this mission has multiple sections of Nod fortifications. Like, for instance, that right there. And we could demo the devastation of the ion cannon by using it, for instance, on that SAM site. We also want to move you as far away from there as we possibly can, because that is a terrible idea. Also, we can't see the health of that right now, but we could send Miss Grenadier here to try and reveal a little bit more of the area over there. Alright, carefully does it? Nope, that's not really going to help us at all.
Construction complete.
Not at all. Alright, we now have number 5 of this, and we'll get that repairing. And then we'll build number 6, and then we'll be good to go. Basically good to go in obliterating these harvesters one at a time. Although we're going to have to get rid of oh, hello! Here come 2 tanks to try and spoil our fun. Well, the joke's on you! You can't spoil our fun! We're going to spoil it for you, with all of these tanks that we have. Tanks for the memories, Mr. Tanks, but we can obliterate you. Also, repairing this is probably a very, very good idea right now, because it is starting to look a little bit damaged. But one more helipad and we should be alright. Also, to just show off the devastation of the ion cannon in a moment, we could attack that there.
Select
Why not? It does do a lot of damage, but it does force them to repair their structures. Also, they are attacking our harvesters, which is a really, really bad thing indeed. Let's take that back, shall we? Because we don't want those to be destroyed. Instead, we'll use our large amount of Orcas to defend this harvester. You have attacked the wrong harvester, Mr. Tank. And indeed you have. I think we should probably start harvesting this Tiberium rather than that Tiberium over there. We really need to find some more Tiberium though, because we are starting to run rather low on it here. So we're just going to have you, actually we can have you do that first, I think. There we go. You probably want to do some exploration and see if you can find some more Tiberium. Or we could get, are you full on Tiberium? You aren't full on Tiberium. You are now. Alright, we'll get you to do some exploring, and I think we need to get this repaired quite quickly indeed. And we need to get you repaired quite quickly as well. That's a very good idea. Well, there's nothing over here that would have made staying in this area worth it at all. At all, actually. Look at that, there's nothing there. Alright, that's the one that is damaged that will get fixed up, and we're also going to get another advanced guard tower, because having two of them is a pretty good idea. So what is over here that's worth exploring around? Well, there's nothing there at all. There is a rocket trooper there. We need to be a little careful of that. Mr. Grenadier, go and deal with that rocket trooper, shall you? I don't think you'll be able to. Ooh, have you seen that there? That is a helicopter with a lot of engineers. Good thing I have these here to deal with that. I had no idea that was going to happen at all. We'll make sure that doesn't do anything in particular, though. Hello, Mr. Missile Launcher. I think it's time to deal with some of those things there. There we go. And now we have managed to protect everything that we have. Probably a good idea to put something, say, I don't know, here maybe? Or maybe there. That's a good idea. Put it there. There's an unlimited source of Tiberium right there that we need to make sure we protect. But I think with these two advanced guard towers, we don't really have any problems with defending our base whatsoever. They're not very good at dealing with, definitely not very good at dealing with tanks as opposed to infantry, but infantry really is the problem that we have. Let's build some silos, shall we? We'll have one there, and we'll have one here, and we might as well have one there as well. We also need another power plant. And I think while we have the option, we'll build an advanced power plant. And infantry really just does not have a single chance against anything anything that decides to come and attack us, because it will die.
Construction complete.
There we go. We'll just repair this here. Also, I've no idea what I was saying there. I think I was trying to say that infantry doesn't stand a chance against any of our fortifications. There are flame tanks here. That is not good. Let's go deal with them, shall we? Don't go that way. That's a terrible plan. Also, you accidentally were sent there because I ordered you to go rather than these Orcas, which are most certainly what I meant to send out. There we go. Much better. And now you are confused, and soon you are dead, and you are also about to die. There we go. One less of them to deal with. We might as well actually start building some Mammoth tanks right now. Or we could build an APC or two and just try and take over everything that's in there. But first we'd actually need to see what is in there. We haven't had to build any other vehicles, which is rather impressive really when you think about it. Alright, we'll just repair this and repair that. There's nothing else. Well, we can repair that a little bit. I think we'll build some, there we go, we'll build some engineers. Is that the, no, that's the APC. I accidentally sent that to attack, which was silly. Alright, what's in here that is worth discovering? Let's find out, shall we? We're going to scout your base by just sending this in here. There are, an answer is, lots of silos that we need to go and get. A lot of silos. We could most certainly get those. We're going to need another one of these APCs, I think, if we're going to do that. Also, this attack is happening and is not going to be very successful. Not at all. There doesn't appear to be a facility for building vehicles there, though, which is not so bad. Yep, our base is indeed technically under attack. It doesn't really appear to be under attack, though, at all. We could just send an ion cannon strike right there and obliterate all of their resources there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We actually probably want to take that base rather than do anything like destroy it, because if they have access to a construction yard, they will just keep rebuilding everything. and we don't want them to keep building everything. Also, we are running low on Tiberium, so it's a good idea to go and take whatever we can. We probably want their harvester actually there as well. That seems like a good idea. And I think I'm building way too many engineers here. But that's alright, because too many is not a bad thing whatsoever. They're going up, it would seem. And up is a direction that I'm going to have to travel at some point. We also might as well build another Humvee and go and explore in that area. Because the worst thing that we could find is absolutely nothing. But I get the feeling of that base is some kind of gateway that prevents us from moving into other areas. We need, I think, one more of the, one more engineer. No, we need two. My mistake. And we might as well build a Mammoth tank, because it is a large amount of money, but it is most certainly a good amount of money to spend. Alright, there we go. And I think we're now ready. And by I think we're ready, we most likely are not ready whatsoever. Alright. Semis over here. Ready to go. And there is their harvester. It's probably a good idea to go in relatively soon, but we'll wait until that harvester comes back. Their attacks seem to have slowed, which is a very good thing. What is over here that there just appears to be a village, which is not a bad thing to find. I think we're ready to go. We could actually wait and not take over the harvester and the refinery. First, we want to get rid of all of these pesky units that are guarding here. I think once we're in there, though. Only once we're in there. Alright, move in. And ion cannon ready. There we go. Not bad whatsoever. We'll destroy that unit there, and then we'll start taking some of these facilities. Like that, and that, and that, and that. We still have some more engineers. I think it's probably a good idea to deal with these turrets now. I think it's definitely a good idea to deal with these turrets. We'll take that, and we'll take this. We have a lot of power, and we also basically have a second base, and we're also about to get another one of these refineries and harvesters. Not bad whatsoever. We're certainly going to need to get rid of those. Definitely need to get rid of those, though. Very, very quickly, because those turrets are going to try and attack everything that we have. Alright. There are two light tanks there. It's not really going to do much because we have... Oh, wow, that's a big attack coming our way. It's a big attack. Let's deal with that, shall we? As quickly as we possibly can. Or rather, we could just run over these units here, or use the rockets to destroy them. There we go. You are trying to obliterate this. It's probably not a good idea that you're doing so. Also, this is a really unfortunate selection of attacks here. Very unfortunate. Oh, we're about to lose this tank. We need to be very, very careful now. Very careful. We could sell that. We could sell that. Also, we should probably sell that. We should probably sell that. We most certainly want to keep this at the very least, though. Alright, I think selling all of this is a good idea, and building as many Mammoth tanks as we possibly can with the money that's in here. It's probably a very, very good idea. Also, building a few rocket troopers here might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea at all, because the rocket troopers will be able to help us destroy them, and as I thought, they are building absolutely everything that they just lost, which is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, but we can most likely just hold on to it all, which is, I think, a better idea. It's most likely a better idea anyway. Alright, very quickly, we'll take this again. Not bad. And they're rebuilding that, which also doesn't surprise me. And we have run out of Tiberium to find. So we need to, one ion cannon. Yep, that's a good choice to destroy something. We could send these out now. I mean, that one is fully fixed, and that one is half fixed. I think we want to repair that right now, and send a few engineers to go and retake these, because we most certainly want to make sure that we hold on to everything here. Alright, well, they're sending a lot of attacks now. A lot of attacks. We need to be very careful about this. Very careful indeed. The rocket troopers most certainly need to die first. Most certainly. We'll take this, and we'll take that. And we need to destroy this as soon as we can. probably by running over this unit or using the rockets. There we go. So we'll do that there. Also, they're attacking there already. I think building a repair facility might be a good idea here, just so that we can start building some things to defend this area. Or just running over units, that works too. Most certainly works. Alright, we'll destroy these. We might as well move our units up, actually. Seems like a good idea. And we have practically run out of Tiberium. So it's a good thing that we have done things like built a second base here. I think we want a guard tower up here, and we probably want a guard tower there. But we have destroyed some SAM sites, which is always good. Alright, we have a second base, and it's not a bad base. It also has a Hand of Nod here, which is not bad at all. Alright, one guard tower about, what, here? Here seems pretty good. And maybe one guard tower over there as well, just to defend the entrance. But when we come back, folks, we'll need to find some more Tiberium, as we have ran out of Tiberium, and we really need some more. Because if we don't get more Tiberium, we're going to run out of money, and running out of money is pretty bad. Also, I think this base can pretty much be said to be defended quite well indeed. There's some Tiberium over there, or rather there was some Tiberium, so we're going to have to go and find some. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. Oh, Tiberium, where are you? Where are you indeed? Later.